Hello, welcome to another edition of uh, model building and chilling out, relaxing, chatting with the chat. Uh, Today, we're going to finish the actual building part of the Sky Defender. And then after that, we will, the next stream will be starting the high grade Gundam Calibarn. And yesterday, or today, I got in the mail earlier today. The project after that, and I'll show that in a little bit. The name's already out there. It's Albine, and I am quite looking forward to it. But as promised, anytime someone either provides money for a certain build, or actually orders one from my Amazon wish list, I gotta make sure to keep this in camera. Sorry. It goes to the front of the line and gets built. So that is the next build. And I'm looking forward to it. I actually have been wanting to do that one for quite some time, and it was out of print for a little bit and recently came back in print, and surprisingly someone ordered it for me without even me mentioning it. So it must have been one they enjoyed, either the show, or they thought the price was great, or they just thought it was the best looking one that they wanted to get. I don't know. I will be doing some techniques that I'm still learning. For that build, because it will have more pieces that are seamed together. And I want to, it's one of the big things I want to learn, because I think it makes a better looking product. So these are all the leg pieces. Once we clean them up, we'll put them together, and then we'll put the actual Sky Defender together. I've already done the head, shoulder, arms, and torso. So we just got to put together the legs and the waist, and then connect the two, and then connect it to the backpack. Oh, and I think, hey, Fixa, how's it going? And I think I got to make a pair of hands to hold the beam sabers. I pulled those out this morning out of their waist holders and put the, okay, so I got, and put the actual like beam effect on them, which I think looks cool. Originally, I was going to take off the railguns and use those for posing, but I actually kind of really liking the beam swords, and the railguns look kind of cool as part of the backpack. So, but lots of options. Surprisingly, this one doesn't have too many options for weapons. It's either the railguns or the beam swords. It also does have the fin funnels that can come off the wings. And there's little stands for each of those. Oof. Right into my cut. Ah. I hurt myself a few days ago while working on this. I was trying to pry a part out with a tweezers, and the tweezers jumped on me and cut my knuckle wide open right there. And it's not healing the best, and it's going to probably leave a scar. I probably should have gotten stitches, but I was like, nah. I'll wait for a more serious cut to get my first stitches from modeling. Because everyone eventually gets stitches. It's just a matter of time. A blade will jump on you, something will happen. So I'm just shaving this down. Probably not the smoothest way, but yeah, I really don't like what I'm doing. I've lost the whole straight edge. Let's try and get that back. For as much of it as possible. All right, we're gonna leave it like that because otherwise it's gonna go too far. Why did they have to put the gate there? Hopefully this gets covered up. I really don't want to make this easy to get access to. All right, let's do it this way. Get my, I think this is 400 grit. Here, 400 or 600, it's all 600 grit. And let's, I don't know if I like how this sandpaper sands it, but it's what we got. Actually, here, let's do this. Hey, Hazel. It's not as big, obviously, but in terms of difficulty, I'd put it at the same, or I feel models are a little bit harder to build than Legos. Legos, it's snap and you're done. Yes, you have to follow the rules, make sure you get the right pieces, obviously, but how many Legos do you shave down? 0. How many Lego pieces do you cut out? Very rarely. You know, you don't paint Legos. So I guess I'm a little biased, and I think models are just tougher. But yes, this is 172 scale. The most probably expensive and most like the ones that most hobbyists would love to do is the 160 scale ones, but they're like $200 to $300, and I don't got that money. So, and I don't expect people to pay me that money. I'm a small channel, and I just do things differently, which is fine. Not saying one way or the other is differently, and I'm happy he was able to get it and he's going to be able to enjoy it. And I'll enjoy watching it. So, and I encourage everyone to, I forget exactly what channel he's doing it. He's doing it at a different channel. But I encourage everyone to go watch and enjoy. Don't know if it'll be drama free or not, like this one is. That's really my goal, even above the model building, is providing a space that people can just hang out, chat, relax. So that is the goal and what I try to achieve. So, and we have 4 watching. I'm going to see if we can get up to 6 or can Yoshi use it? You know, I've wanted to build one and put one in his enclosure, but I haven't done that yet. And I don't think getting one that size would be the right fit for his enclosure, even though it is a big enclosure. I think I'll probably get a small, like, high grade 144 scale one to put in there. Just because, one, it'll look more, it'll fit better for one, and 2, it'll just look better, I think. Nope. If I ever got one, I would put it really on display on my back wall for when I stream video games, which has been a while, but eventually I'll probably do that again. And it'd be cool to have some of the, I'm putting up the shelving now for it, but it's cool to have some of those in the background for people to see. Or I'll get a second camera here somehow and connect it to my phone, and it'll show the different builds. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But like I said, I don't plan on buying. I don't see me getting one in the foreseeable future. Though there's 2 or 3 that I really got my eyes on if I did get one. In fact, one of them comes out at the end of this month. But like I said, not gonna happen. And I'm pretty happy with this build, and we've got a couple coming up that will be fun. So, in fact, after this high grade, which I'm looking forward to, which will take maybe 2 or 3 streams, would be my guess. We will be going to the next bigger one. It's not as tall as this one or as difficult, but it is still a build that will take a week or 2. What is you want? But I do know if Yoshi fits on it, then it'd be cool. You know what? I would probably do a video with a short video with like Yoshi next to one or on. Well, I don't know if on top of would work, but like I could definitely put them on top of the base of this one while we wait for the LEDs that come in from pre-order, because I'm actually getting those. So that's why we're not finishing this build as in putting on the water slide decals or doing the panel lining. We will be waiting for the LEDs because I'll have to take it apart and I don't want it to scratch any of the water slides. But we'll be doing the LEDs on stream, which is kind of scary because I've never done that type of LED or like wiring work before. So I am super nervous about it, especially on such a big build. But like builds like these, I really want to go all out on to make them to look the best as possible. And actually, there's a video on my community page that shows how it will look afterwards with them and all that the lights can do. So I'm really looking forward to it. All right, we just got a few more for this leg, and then we got a whole another pile over there. This stream will probably be long. Hey, Brian, great to see you. I'm doing all right. I can't complain. I did get my days confused. I thought today was the 11th, but that's tomorrow. And something supposedly happened on the 11th, but we don't talk about that. So nothing bad, I should say. Don't want anyone to be like, oh no, but just something, just another day. At least till people come in here and say something differently. But Brian, I don't know if you heard me. Today will be the last day of the build. It's just another day for me that happens to change a number. If you catch my drift, Hazel. I don't really celebrate, so. But other people make a big deal about it, and so I'm sure someone will pop in. And for some reason, I thought the 11th was that day. I am finishing putting it together. The legs are the last part, really, that we have to put together. I do have to put together a set of hands for the beam sabers, but and I forget what they call them in this because I don't think they're allowed to call them beam sabers. But what was I going to say? Shoot, sorry. Yeah, something like that. I'm old as dirt. Much older than I sound like or look like. But that's all right. I love these gold pieces, but they, along with the silver, do not. I think the gold actually does can be sanded, but the silver I know can't. And I think we're done with silver pieces, so I'm happy about that. Well, we're going to say, hey, Gina, hope you're doing well. I'm not that far behind you, Brian. 41, 42, depending on your geological location. We're finishing the build today, Gina. And we have some people in chat, so I'm going to take a small break for a second to show the next big build. because it came in today. And hopefully the camera is all right where it's at. I present to you Albean. Let's see if I can. How's that look on camera? All right, I think I got pulled back a little bit. So there it is. And yes, we also make the dragon. So that is what it looks like. It's a very pointy build. It is part of the Chinese Generals mech series. Not animated, it's just a series that this company is making. It's a third-party company. I gotta make sure the camera's good. Come on. Let's see. Let's get my stomach out of the way. There we go. Let's see if we can pull this down slightly. And like that. There we go. No, they're not Transformers. I think that's what you're talking about. They're the most popular type are called Gundams. I mean, they're kind of close to Transformers. I'm not going to say they aren't, but it is it's a different type of thing. These need pilots. Let's just put it that way. But the surprise build is from a popular children's 80s cartoon from Japan that recently came out, or the model just recently came out. That will be currently, I think that's the plan. Hey, Zach, how's it going? I think that's currently the one that's being planned after. Okay, gotta look at something here real quick. Sorry, guys. Just because there's a piece I'm not sure if I cut or not. And when I'm not sure if I cut it, I check. And I can cut it. So far, no one's really tried to guess. One person kind of made some joke guesses, but no guesses so far. But I'm looking forward to it. And it's actually pretty decently tall. From what I heard, a very simple build. But it's more the nostalgia, I think, than anything. Oh, I'm past my prime physically. Well, that's cool. I mean, it was cool, to have things like that and take time, teaches you patience and how to work with your hands and tools. When you make a mistake, how to problem solve it. I was doing these for a little over a month before I started doing a stream because I was doing them for my mental health. It really helped with that. With when I was struggling with negative thoughts or something, it would really help me get out of my head. So I've been enjoying it that way. And I'm learning more patience now that I get more detailed. Yeah, maybe. Depending on what I might be older in a different, like in Australia at this point. I don't know the time switch. But yes, in America, I am 41. Yeah, I've seen on a lot of the boards people talk about how it's helped them. You know, people might not necessarily know it outside unless they were exposed to it, but once they get into it, a lot of them realize, or their therapist will recommend them doing something to occupy their time away from things that are not healthy for your mental health, and so, or addiction or something like that. And some turn to this, and it works wonderfully, in my opinion. Also recommend it for parents and children, like dad and son, dad and daughter, mom and son, mom and daughter, whoever, it's great bonding time. Children, will open up more during that time because they're not thinking it's an interrogation. They just think you're making idle chit chat while you're putting it together. So it's really, overall, it's a good thing to have. Only real bad side effect is storage of it all. If you have a ton of like boxes and where to put them, and also the cost at times. This one cost me, and it was my most expensive by far to date. It cost me like $160, $180, somewhere around there. It was expensive either way. But I also got 3 weeks of straight build with it. And once I get the LEDs, that will be another probably 10 hours or more. And then I have the decals and panel lining to do. That's another 10 to 20 hours at least. So overall, I got my money's worth. I figure if my investment is, I try to get like $5 per hour, if not a little bit less. So if a mile takes 10 hours, I guess I'm willing to spend 50. So that's kind of my thought process. It's what I've done with video games in the past. I might have to lower, or raise that bar like $2 an hour, dollar an hour to match. I don't know. Dollar an hour would probably be ridiculous. 2, 3, that might be the sweet spot. But right now it's 5 for me. So this at, we'll say 180. So 18 times 5. We're looking at roughly, I think, $90 or so, if I'm thinking my math right there. I shouldn't math, chat, and try to do the model at the same time. And truthfully, I try not to think about expenses too much with this hobby. It's doing what I want, the ones I want, and having fun doing it. If those things aren't happening, then it's time to take a step back for a while. That's why I haven't streamed video games for a while. I don't have the passion to stream video games. I'm enjoying some video games. Like, Brian, if you have a Switch, there is, or any of you, because there's any of you watching, that's awesome. There's an open beta test that starts at, well, it starts at 7 p.m. my time, which is Central. So 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. And it's an open test for Gundam Breaker 4. It's on all the systems and PC. You should be able to download the open beta test now at whatever eStore or Steam. And you get to try out pretty much the whole. It's limited what Gundams are in the game currently and what you all get to do. But you get to try out basically every mode. Whether it be single player, multiplayer, mess around with the models. But it's a game I've had on pre-order for quite some time. Comes out at the end of the month. And one benefit is going to be, because it's based off of, you get to make your mechs off of the parts that drop. And it drops kind of like how you have parts in a model, like the legs, the back, the head, the weapons, chest, etc. So what I'm going to be doing is taking the model I'm building. Hopefully I have it in the game, and I'll work out my color scheme using that, and then I'll do a custom paint scheme eventually. And I already know which what Gundam model I'll be doing for it. I'll be doing the Wing Zero Verka edition, not the custom with the feather looking wings, but the regular TV show version. You're thinking your nephew, sorry, I'm looking at this while I cut it. You're thinking your nephew could build his next high grade on his own and move to master grade not long after. He's learning fast. I have a PS5. I'm going to check that out. Sweet. I don't know how it works for, yeah, look for this piece real quick here. Okay, it does have that bump there. All right. So we're going to leave. No, I might have cut one. No, I don't think I cut one. Good. We're going to leave that as is, just in case. Forget. I might put out my my username for Switch, because I don't know how it's going to work. If you have to make a username, you might have to make a username. If that's the case, when I make it, I'll post it on my community page in case anyone wants to do a multiplayer with me. I don't know how the messaging is in that game, but we can find out if there's messaging, and if so, you should be able to message me and be like, hey, let's do a co-op mission together. I have a PS5 as well. I don't know. Right now, I prefer handheld. Maybe I should have gotten the PlayStation Remote Play thing or whatever it is. They're sort of handheld, but it's not really a handheld. But they call it a handheld. I don't think it's doing very well, so maybe it'll be on sale soon because of its poor sales. I don't think I ever see it in any stores. I don't even think the stores really sell it. So it's really not doing a. I'll have to check that later. Okay, those are actually out there like that. I'm not gonna send those. Send this real quick. Of course, now I'm quiet now that the AC stopped. But hope everyone's having a good Sunday. I did cut that. Unless maybe I did and just, let's see if I can get it. Getting some of these, they gotta put them in crappy places. I'm sure there's an engineering reason why they put them there, but to us builders, it's like the worst spots at times. Part of the reason why I want to get this the smaller razor sander because it's much smaller, and I think I'd be able to get into some of these places that I'm unable to get into with my Razor Plus. I must say with this scalpel blade, I'm able to control it more than I was able to with my generic one. All right, we got one like fully cut out and sanded. Let's put it together so that I know what mistakes I can avoid with the next one. All right. Let's see what we got. This. Show this swinging down and it going like this. And then swing it back up. And we take these first. And they go like this. Somehow. Let's see. Make sure we get it in camera. Did I say Sunday? I don't know why I said Sunday. I know it's Saturday. I didn't realize it was the 11th. It was Sunday. But what did I say Sunday for? I might have said someday, but it sounded like Sunday. Now you're getting to see how my short-term memory can't remember stuff. All right, and then this piece goes like so. Goes like so. There we go. Had to get the proper angle. All right. Now we got these. And these go on first. So let's make sure we get these right. They go on like so. I kind of like how they do the holes where they go all the way through. And it makes it look like actual like bolt holes. Usually they just do kind of a plate and then they'll have indentures where they think bolts would normally go. I think Bandai needs to step up its game to match some of the engineering and artistry that these are really putting out. And they need to start putting out some different builds than rather than the same, Zaku or something like 8 billion times. Though the new real grade Gundam 2.0 or version 2.0 came out, I think, yesterday or Thursday, and people are loving it and looking at it. It's pretty much like they shrunk the. Sorry, I'm trying to see how this goes. They're saying, from the looks of it, they pretty much took the perfect grade Unleashed and put it and shrunk it down to the real grade scale of 144. Like, it's very different. It looks very nice. And the articulation of it is insane. I saw that and I was like, wow. It really moves around. So I was thoroughly impressed. This final piece goes here. It goes like so. Come on. Interesting look. Is that really how it's supposed to look? Yep, it's supposed to be up like that. All right. Different look. So we've got the foot so far. And now we're moving up to the top of the leg. And once again, we're doing these stupid, dumb things where they don't actually pop in. You just put them on top somewhere. From the looks of it. Something like that. And you take this piece, and it goes down like so. Once I figure out the placement. Oh, and this. I had that in the wrong place. And oh man, everything's falling apart. Mayday, mayday. Now I gotta figure out how this went in the right placement. There it goes. I'm trying to keep this into view. We're just gonna move these out of the way. Don't know which area that was with. So this apparently goes a little higher. Yeah. Let's find the right angle. Bye, Gina. Have a great time at the grocery store. 9 people are watching me fail at this. Hey, definitely don't go in there. This is where a vice would come in handy. Hey, none of that in this chat. Everyone is welcome. It is a no drama free zone. So, you don't have to, conversate with that person, but you also don't, but they're as welcome in this channel as anyone else is, minus a few select people. This is a no drama zone. Okay, what's going on? I warned you, stop. After a timeout, you'll be given a 24-hour ban. And then if you do it in the next stream, you're banned for good. I don't play around with this stuff. This is my channel. I've chosen how it plays out. And it would help if I had the piece the right way. There's nothing specifically for you, Abe. It's my rules. I do it for anyone. It's how I run things. I think I have the wrong part. Looks like the part, but it might not be the part. Is there a different? Sorry, I'm just going through some parts real quick to make sure I have the right part. And no, it's completely different. With the chickens? Because this makes sense. And it snaps a little bit. I mean, I obviously have certain people I won't allow in. But that is a very, very fine list. Is it different on the other leg? Sorry, guys. I'm just... Oh, no, it's the same on both legs. All right. I got to go through my pieces real quick. I wonder if I put both over here. Did I? Nope. There's always a delay. See, that does have that piece there. It's not there. Like I just forgot to cut out that piece. And that was from R1. So I got to find the R1. There. R1 2 has been cut out on both. It's a bigger piece too, so it really shouldn't be able to go missing. Let's see. There it is. It's on the floor. So now I can go with that batch. And I've completely messed up my pieces over here now, but that's all right. Got that on, secure on there, and we are back to building. So now it wants this back like that. And make sure to place piece is placed horizontally upward. I think we're grabbing this piece and it goes up here, like so. I haven't really painted them yet. I'm still rather new to it, Abe. I do have plans in the future to paint them, some of them, like some future builds. But at the current moment, that is not in the plans. All right, that went like that. And it says this goes in here, like so. And then this piece goes down with this thing. Okay, how's it supposed to stay in there? You want me to be like a mastermind here. I know what I should do. I don't think I have any down here. We'll improvise here. To keep it into place, I'm going to use this. Just a little blue tape, which will hold it into place while I place the piece at least. Just like so. And then we can use this. Okay, how's it going? Some of these pieces don't want to play. See, now it's showing much lower down than I thought. Oh, it's right there. And I think I have this on the wrong way. Yeah, this is supposed to go here, and this way. Which makes more sense. Because there's actually holes for it to go into. Just like that. It all clicked into place. Now we can lift this piece. Oof, that's a good problem to have, though, I must say, Brian. Both look amazing. It's cool how the pieces move like that. So it's weird how this one leaves all that metal there. I don't know if I like that. Sure, this is all the way down. I think that's just the way it is because it moves. Let's see. Yeah, it's about right, so okay. We'll go with that. All right. Now we lift this up like so. And this piece goes. I already kind of previously done these pieces because there was supposed to be a tutorial with a QR code, but I couldn't get it to work. So I had to kind of test it to see how it worked. That should be good. Then after we put it on, yeah, and that is firmly in place there. All right. I always like how the videos or the pictures for these show their hands like with a glove, like with a white glove on. I'm like, they go fancy when they build. Oh, you want it open like that. That makes sense. Get that out of the way. And let's get this in its proper location. Let's go. Where do you go? Oh, did we find it? I think we found it. Looks close to right. Looks good. All right, we got that. And then we put that back. And we got this piece. Correct? No. That piece? No, it's got to be this piece. Yeah. It goes in there. It's supposed to go there like so. This goes a little higher. Now it should go to those two spots. Is that it? Did we get it? I think we got it. This one is fancy. I'm guessing the Aurora would be close to this. So if you feel this might be too intimidating, then wait. Otherwise, the Aurora might be slightly more interesting, I guess. Oh yeah, these come on a certain way. It's kind of weird how these go. You gotta get like push it to the side. I think they recommend this side or either side. Because what you do is you gotta get underneath that metal bar. And supposedly you can get in this one after. Or is it like, let's see here. Let's see, can I get away with doing it this way? Huh? Ha! Mine is short doing this way. Haha, I have the easier method. Or did, oh, they do say turn the silver side up. That goes like that. Do the same for this one. Put this up. Kind of get it through, turn it around. As that slides down, you kind of rotate it into place. There we go. And whammy. The only time I would see a need is if you already did the paint job or something. And like your hands would dirty the piece. All right, let's just go. This goes like there. Somewhere. Like that. And these, they should go like that. All right. I think we're on the home stretch for this one. It's a very interesting look. Not sure how I like the gaps, especially like up here, but I like the look. It's going to be a pain to take all apart when I get the LEDs to put in. But we are so close to the end of the actual build. I felt like it didn't really matter that much of a difference. I don't even know if the LEDs travel to the legs. So I thought I might be able to get away with it. You know, it has to go that way, doesn't it? Just doesn't seem like they're going down fully. Try this. Now it opened. All right, it's all the way in. All right, now let's get the other one put in. Well, we've already been at this an hour. It's going to be a long stream. But I'm determined to end the build today. So that on Monday, because I'm taking tomorrow off, because I found that Sundays weren't really good stream days for me, I will start the next build of give me a second, of the high grade Gundam Calibrand from the Witches of Mercury series of Gundam. He was only briefly in it, but it was a very cool Gundam. Come on. What's your major malfunction? It's because this is the wrong piece. Once again, I have mixed up pieces somehow. Thank you, Lotus. Great to see you. I don't have that much patience. Mine usually teeters out around the 1 hour mark. But I'm going to be really pushing myself today to finish this. Nice. Was it your first master grade? or not master grade, perfect grade. All right, now let's get this in the proper spot. There we go. Got that in. Got these to put in here. And then up that out of its ball joint. Puts back in. This gold part. Is this the right one? I think the long way goes up. I have too big of hands for some of this. Use this method again. This is something I've kind of learned to do, is if you can, put something underneath the piece when you're pressing it down together. You gotta make sure though it's like covered in plastic. Metal on plastic will make you have a bad day and question life decisions. And I don't want you questioning life decisions. At least not because of a model. Now stick around, Lotus, and you'll see the final product today. Though we're probably an hour out from that, if not a little bit more. But we're close to finishing this leg. Right. This goes here, like so. And then we got these pieces. The short end, it goes in back, but like so. Well, I'm not saying we don't question our life decisions, but I'd rather not have us do that during our hobby time. During the time when we're supposed to relax. This part's supposed to go in first. There it goes. And now we use this to apply pressure and get it in there. There we go. Well, Brian, I'm glad you do, because it's great having you watching. You always participate and ask questions or talk, and it makes streaming that much easier. Streaming with no audience like I did the first episode or two was rough. Like, I was close to quitting because I didn't want to deal with that, but just talking to myself the whole time. Is that good? It's good, but is it good enough? There it goes. Now it might go down a little bit further. I did a little bit. All right. Oh, now you're playing games with me. Now we're going all the way. Because we're putting prop open the part both sides first. And then squeeze them in. And it clicked. It's rather loose, but they clicked in. And then you take this piece and slide this in like so. I must say, I'm pretty sick of sliding groove pieces at this point. And we still have pieces to go. These go like that. So it goes in here. Like, come on. Some of these go a certain way, and it's just, well, they all go a certain way, otherwise they wouldn't look good. But they have a certain way of kind of connecting in there. That one went nice and easy. And the final piece of the leg goes in like no. Like so. And then we just raise this back up and that pops off. And I think I know why. Because I kind of cut that nub off. So yeah, it's extremely loose. But we got something for that because it's a piece that doesn't move. Should be fine. Just debating if I want to do that now or wait till the LEDs. Glue that on. Maybe. Is it back to full? Yeah, it's back up the full leg. I think I'm just going to leave it like that for now, because the reason, Lotus, is I am going to be pre-ordering. Let's angle like that. I think ball joint kind of moves around. All right. So there's the finished leg there. What it looks like. Yeah. I got or got a donation to take care of that, which that person's awesome. Or persons. All right, gotta get up because my leg's falling asleep. And we're back to cutting pieces now, as I try not to fall down. I think what I'll do is, as I cut, I'll put it on. That way it's not waiting for, or at least most of the pieces. You won't be waiting forever for it to start building again. I don't know. Not happy about that. That left a stress mark. All right, I gotta pay attention. Luckily, it wasn't too bad of a stress mark, and it is gone. And the nub is gone. Just a little bit of a stress mark there. League of Logs, those were great. A nub is basically when you cut it off from the big sheet where the parts are. You cut off this, like, you call it a nub. And sometimes during the cutting of it, you can, if you cut too close or cut in a weird way, it will stress out under it or around it or on top of it and look, kind of go white. And of course, that's going to look bad on the final product. So I have, between having nicer nippers, which are these, and this Razor Plus, which is a kind of glass file. It's a fancier glass file. Between the two of them, I can avoid most of those stress marks. Wow, Saturday afternoon, evening, it seems to be a good time to stream. We've had a lot of people watching, which is great. And we got a ways to go, people. We just, not too much. Oh, you use God hands. Yeah, see, he's got the top of the line ones. Unless he's got a lower grade God hands. But if he's got the God hands that everyone, all the nice builders use, then he's got, like, sorry, I'm getting out it. It's like a $50 to $60 pair, which isn't bad. I mean, for what they do. I have these DS DSPIAE nippers, which are usually considered like the second or third best compared to the God hands. But the God hands are really a step above from what I've read. I don't know, Brian, you tell me, are they really that good? Because why should I give my voice to it if we can actually hear from the person who actually uses them? They're good nippers. Well, okay, they're good nippers, but are they worth the money? Like, if someone had to buy, a good quality nipper, would you tell them, yes, get the God hands, or would you say, you know what, the DSPIAE ones are good, or the Bandai, or Tamiya ones are just as good? That's what I want to know. I'm going to keep cutting while I'm on a roll like this now. Once I start really having to sand down a bunch of pieces, then I'll probably stop and go back to building. But as long as I'm bringing my A game, I'm not going to stop. Hey, Prime, it's tomorrow, buddy. I already told you that. Oh, by the way, that open beta, sorry, I couldn't answer you because I was starting my stream, but it is for all the consoles and PC. So I'll be on my Switch playing it. And there is co-op. Turning 42, now that since you asked. By the way, if the person that donated yesterday, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to look. Thank you to whoever donated. I greatly appreciate any donations that I get. In fact, whenever I get a donation, we do the happy feet. All right, back to building. Yeah, and I got these. They were on sale for like $35 at the Gundam Play Store. So I think that's why I chose them over the God Hands, because I was saving like $20 or so, $22. No freaking way what? That whenever I get a donation, I do a dance? So you guys want to see a preview of what this will look like in the end? Well, not in the full end. Oh, that I'm in. Yes, I am. I am 41, turning 42 tomorrow. Thank you, Lotus. Thank you for stopping by. All right, this is the part I've put together so far. Got the shoulders, the head, and the arms without the hands currently. And we have the full wings, backpack, and railgun together, which looks like a phoenix. I think it's actually supposed to be like a phoenix flying mode type thing. So that's what that looks like. And it's got the fin funnels on it, which could come off. These are the rail guns. Oops, you can't really see. These are the rail guns that can come off and use as weapons. This is like a scout ship that can come off. So that goes on the back. I'm looking forward to seeing this fully together. Thank you, Lotus. And I'm looking forward to the day when I get to install the LEDs into it, because that's when it's going to be in top form. LEDs, the water slides, and the panel lining all together. I may actually panel line it while I wait on my own, because I can do the panel lining. I just don't want to do the water slides, because they're going to be, unless I did, yeah, I don't want to do the panel, the water slides, because those are too easy to rub off. And since I'll probably have to use some physical force to get the parts separated, I should really get a part separator. Thinking about it. I don't think these pieces are supposed to be there. At least I hope not. Double check this. This is, what was this on here? Be a foot piece, so it'd been like that. Yeah, no, it's get cut off. Brian, are you gonna get the LEDs for it? I'm real nervous about it. I've never done LED units. I may actually purchase them for a kit I already have. Like I have the full mechanics aerial. I might get them for that, or I think they have the high new real grade kit too. And I might give them for one of those two just to see what it's like to use them in the wiring. I mean, they look they're the top of the line for, and I think they're pretty much the only one that really does actual kits other than Bandai for their specific perfect grades. But other than that, no one really does LED kits besides generic ones that you have to kind of figure out the wiring and all types of cutting. And I might have to get a bottle hand drill. I'm forgetting all this stuff that I might have to eventually get before I do them. Is I might need like the little pinpoint drill to cut holes for the wiring to go through. I don't know. I'll have to kind of look at their other ones to see if they really have, because they have tutorials online. I'll have to look to see if they're like, you have to drill a hole through the head, through this socket. But I know I'm going to have to take a large part of the head off because there's LEDs for the eyes. I think there's one for up here. These glow. I think that's it for the chest. And the waist, I don't know if anything glows on the waist or the legs. I think it's the head and chest, the wings, the whole backpack unit, and the fin funnels, and the railgun. And I think the swords as well. So and then you have to figure out how to hide the wiring a little bit, you know, sticking it to a certain place that is a little bit harder to view. But what's nice is you just detach it whenever you want to take it off the base, and then you don't have the LED working, but you can, it's mobile, but the base will hold the power unit. Or sometimes they have it held in the backpack area. But I think for this one, they have it in the base. At least that's what it kind of looked like. But it could come out anytime by the end of this month through October, or it could get delayed all the way to like December or next year. So we'll wait and see. It's currently on pre-order, and it's for Q3. So we'll see when that is exactly. Because Q3 pretty much ends October, I believe. Like mid-September, early October. Well, I guess October, end of September is the end of the quarter. So who knows exactly? I want to thank you all who are watching. A lot of you have been watching the whole time or have come and gone a couple times, but we have stayed between like 5 and 8 for quite some time, and that is greatly appreciated. It really helps me be motivated for the channel and give my all forward and improve and try to be as entertaining as possible, but also nice and relaxing. What else? Also, you know, feel free to, you know, put in the comment section after the stream is done if there's anything I should improve on, or maybe a build that you would like me to consider eventually ordering, though I won't be ordering any new builds for quite some time, as I just published the schedule this morning of all the backlog that we have, because we have the Caliban next, followed by Albine, and then after that is the Secret 80s project, and then we have the Thunderbolt, the third-party one, not the Gundam. So that will take us into October probably. Well, it should take us hopefully into October. if not mid-September. All depends how good I get or what I'll do to them. If I do the water slides on stream or if I do that off stream later. And same with the panel lining. Also, we could end up stopping mid one of the builds to finish when the LEDs come, because once those come, I'll research it a little bit, but I plan on putting those on once they come. That's the plan, at least. I finished one of my Double O Gundams yesterday, so that was nice. Though I'm not happy with the build whatsoever. It was, I used multiple different forms of panel liner. And I also tried to use the Gundam paint markers to custom paint it a little bit. I was just highlighting the where there would be bolts or screws, and it just, I was having trouble getting the paint off. It smeared and stained, so that even like the Zippo lighter wasn't really working very well. So overall, it just didn't turn out the way I wanted. The water slides weren't really anything real nice or big for it, which was kind of disappointing. So I only did a few of them. I did some of the bigger ones that actually mattered. And I have a pose for it now, and it's on the shelf waiting for the other 3 to show up on there. Which I'm finishing up the Quant 7 sword. That's the one I'm finishing up now. Or not 7 sword, full saber. So, and I just happened to be watching rewatching the Double O series while I do it. Oh no, I'm not really buying anymore for, like, I don't anticipate me buying any next month. I have so much tedious work, finishing work to do on a lot of them that I shouldn't have to buy any till like mid-September. At least that's the plan. I'm not really interested in building a car, especially because those are all glue builds, and I don't want to mess with glue. I mean, I used the plastic cement for some of these for when I make mistakes, but I don't want a whole build of glue. And I mean, I enjoyed the movie, but it wasn't really something that like screamed at me. These, I'm a sucker for mechs. It doesn't matter what type of mech, I'm a sucker for them. Just the way the way I've always been. I also have an interesting theory about mechs. I believe that the Japanese anime are hinting Yeah, never say animes because it's only anime. Hey, Nemi. Uh, uh, there's so many Japanese anime with mechs in them, and they're always like the evil West and the evil Chinese, and have turned us into a second-rate nation that is at their whim, which they are kind of still in the world, after World War II. And I think they've been secretly building mech technology. I mean, come on, they've built life-size ones in that move a little bit in, for they've built Gundams for tourists to see. I could see that underground, them working on them, being like, eventually, we just gotta buy our time. And one day, they're gonna rise up and they're gonna take over the whole world because they have Gundam technology or mech technology, whatever they're gonna call it. And they're gonna be like, stupid Americans or stupid world. We told you this whole time we were doing this. We gave you our plan. And you guys enjoyed it the whole time. I mean, this hobby is huge in Japan. They're literally teaching young ones how to build their future weapons. It's just a theory. They're gonna be fast and everything, super armored, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh crap!" They'll be like, "Well, we have these jets that are futuristic," and they get shut down instantly. Remind me of the first episode, first scene of Gum Dum Double O, where uh, the UAE, I believe it was the UAE, was showing off their newest mech, and Gundam Exia makes its first appearance, and this like kills it, like or destroys it like instantly while it was being shown off to like the world. And they're like, the guy's like, how? Yeah, their schooling's different too. They're just on another level. I think we should just surrender to them now and they can protect us. If I was president, I'd get laughed at because that'd be the first thing I would institute would be funding to make Gundams. Well, I'm glad you appreciate it, Abe. Oh my, I gotta get a different stool. This one sucks. We're almost done with the cutting. I know I said I was gonna cut and build like each piece, put it on after I cut it, but I was kind of on a roll, and then we got talking, and it was kind of like, hey, I'm just gonna keep going. Wow, it's been almost 2 hours. I predict it'll be a 2.5 hour stream. So any of those that were watching from the beginning to the end, I salute you. I got to know him because I was part of the 1A community, 1A / Watchdog community at that time. And so through some of those like channels, when Andrew brought him over, I kind of, met him through that, but it wasn't until more recently that I've gotten to really know him and develop a friendship with him. There we go. All right, we're getting there. It's slow, but we're getting there. Well, I don't think he hates you necessarily. I think he gets angry and frustrated because you do tend to talk in circles, but I also see why you do it. I mean, when you guys are arguing like that about that stuff, I tend to turn it off. Now, when we had our nice relaxing discussion on panel, I was perfectly good with you. In fact, that was probably the first time that I was like, hey, this Abe isn't so bad. But I don't know. You're never going to answer that question, and they're never going to stop asking. It's just beating a dead horse at this point. That's my opinion. I think you could solve a lot of the hate by just proving it, or saying, I was this, not this, but that is ultimately your choice. But I think things would get easier for you one way or another if you just put it to bed. You've proven it though. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I can't say one way or the other. So, but at this point, I honestly don't care. I just wish the argument would stop because it's not going to go anywhere. I'll probably hear about how all you let them in chat today, but I don't care. It's my channel. I do what I want. I'm in Discord. That's probably the easiest way. But honestly, I don't really want to get involved in all that. Like, I don't care enough. And me saying, oh, I saw it, they're going to want to be like, well, show us. And I'll be like, he hasn't given me permission to. And I'm not one to share DMs. I see where it could be a big thing for a lot of people. I'm not going to get into it or what it is, but I definitely, I definitely see where it could bother people. I mean, I don't know. I've even seen doctored stuff before. I've dealt with that with when I investigated. I don't know if you remember a watchdog by the name of Chief Tuttle. I looked into him, and that took a long time. And there was things he was right about, and there was other things that he was wrong about. A lot of it was semantics. Okay. If I remember to, I will. I mean, I probably shouldn't share. I'm going to choose not to share that. People know. I was TSA, for 10 years. And I've proven that by showing a picture of me in uniform with other people from TSA. So, granted, no one's really questioned it because who wants to lie about hey, Aussie Manda, hello, Connie, some of these socks, I tell you. All I ask is don't start anything in chat. I don't care if you're here under a sock account, just don't start anything. As a favor to me, if you like me as a person, don't start anything. Hope you're doing well, Aussie Manda. I am getting close to finishing cutting these, and then all we have to do is put together the legs, or the last leg, and then we could put it all together and look at the final design before all the future bells and whistles, as they call it. Two pieces left. And we're at the 2-hour mark. Also, since we're at the 2-hour mark, I'll just say once, if you'd like to donate, the link is pinned at the top. I do not expect any, but any are greatly appreciated. Best thing you can do is just hang out and chat, say hi, share with your friends, and leave a like. Anything else is like greatly above and beyond my hopes. So, all right, let's build the final leg. Put this over the side. Put the cap on the knife so I don't cut myself. Well, I appreciate that, Abe. Don't feel like you need to, you know. Don't want anyone to feel like they're obligated or anything like that. Goes up. Take these. Let's go like so. I'm trying to do them on camera as best as possible. I also have to see where I'm putting it in. Wow, so much innuendo. I'm really expecting one of these days to be a clip show of all my innuendo that I've said during all these streams. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of positive reception from people that have been watching, saying they're happy to have something relaxing and different from all the craziness out there. So that's really what's helped keep me going with this. Because otherwise, I don't know if I would stick with it, with streaming it. Mainly, I started just because I had to build this one in the workshop because it was too big for my desk. And I was like, well, since I'm going to be down here anyways, I might as well use my cell phone and film it or stream it. You know, people are always asking for content that isn't drama related. So I might as well try and give it a try. Oh, thank you to the person who donated. Greatly appreciate it. Just give me a second and then we could do the leg dance. Because every donation gets the leg dance. All right, back to the build. Notice we're at the build part. You came in at the perfect time. We're building the final leg. And you know what that means. Because after that, we get to see it all together. And I'm glad everyone finds this so relaxing. You know, I do too. Other than times where I'm screwing up and having to create or fix mistakes. But that's with anything. And I've learned that I can fix a lot of different mistakes if I put my mind to it and with a little luck. And a lot of plastic cement, or Tamiya's extra thin cement, I should say. And that's how it goes. All right. I forgot that's how that really went. I don't like that piece, the way it looks. All right, we're back to here. Make sure we put the right one on this time. Felt so stupid. And I wasn't putting this on the right way. I mean, we spent a long time trying to fix that. But this is only my 3rd month of building. Oh, do we have a... Oh, thank you, good sir. Now we have to do another leg dance. Docka, 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 docka. Hey! Back to the build. I mean, what other channel gives you a mech leg dance? Right? Okay, now we turn this and put these pieces on. First, this one. It goes on like so. I said goes on like so. Get to the right location. There we go. Like so. Ha! Snapped into place. Not a big fan of the gaps or the gaps they have. All right, and then part 2 is this stupid tiny piece that goes here, like so. And then this piece goes over. Okay, you can try one more time. If you fall, then you're getting taped in till. Yep, we're getting the tape. I'm glad you get a kick out of the dance. I think it's funny too. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. I just feel like people should get something special when they donate. A lot of times, you know, there's the jump scares that people do that I can't do on my phone. You know, when people make those large donations. I don't know what I'd ever do if I got a large donation on stream. I honestly don't. I'd probably have to turn the camera on me and dance, which no one wants to see that, so I would probably discourage. I probably wouldn't do that one. But I'm sure there'd be something that people would enjoy that I could do. I'll have to think of something. Maybe I'll bring some down, some various Gundams down just so that they can dance. Lotus, you weren't the one asking about a pink Gundam, were you? I'm trying to think of the person. I want to say it was something Mama that was asking about the pink Gundam. I have it down here for whenever that person comes back. And we bring this back up. And it goes like so, just like the other one. Are these expensive? Okay, so this one is. This is considered a very advanced build, but a basic build will range from anywhere from $15 to like 30 or 40. Like, let's see here. I'll pull out the next build here. Someone donated this one. This was I think $22 on Amazon. You could pick up something like this and spend $10 on a like a toolkit. They'll have all the tools necessary to help build that, and you would be set to build your first one. I missed putting this. Yeah, I knew there was a piece that I was wondering where this piece went. Okay. Now to find the proper place for it. There we go. Okay, it wasn't you. Then I'll hold off from showing it. Because I do have a pink one. It's not an exact pink, more of a purplish pink, but it is technically pink. This goes in. Another thing we got pressed down. These are so hard to get your fingers in and really press down to make sure. It looks like I got it all the way. All right. So we still have that open. And now we take, not that piece, is it this piece? Yes. This piece and go in here. And fit this here, I believe, if it goes in. Are you too good for your home? But yeah, you just get a high grade. Spend about $400 every month on kits. Polly, were you the one that wanted the pink one? I knew it was it might have been Polly. Was your Polly or someone, Mama? It's gonna bother me till it happens. That wasn't you. Come on. Whoever it was better come. Because it's racking my brain. Well, Lotus, you can spend close to $400 on one model. So he could have a lot of them, or he could have a lot of really good ones. Either way, he has quite a good collection, and I'm a little jealous. Brian, are you gonna get the perfect grade red Astray red frame Kai when it comes out at the end of the month? I had my eye on it, but I cannot afford it because it's going to be retail. I think is like $270 something, and I haven't built the master grade one because now I'm kind of like, well, I eventually want to get the perfect grade one, even though that will never probably ever happen. But you never know. And I'm like, if I'm going to build a version of it, I want it to be that version. Okay, practically slipping with that. Either that was a good snap or a bad snap. I think that was a good snap. The pink one sounds pretty rad. It is. I'm not the biggest fan of the color scheme, but some are. And some it's like one of their favorite ones just from the show. Oh, this is not going like I had planned. Let's just try this. See if I can get away doing this. Dude, you're gonna make me want to start doing this after a good 32-year absence. You know that, right? Well, I've gotten Jamie into doing Legos. Supposedly, Quiver is doing it with someone who shares a lot of his genetic code, whatever that may be. Other people said it's really got, I think Gina said it's making her do a dollhouse now. So several people have expressed that it has made them want to do something relaxing and fun from their childhood. I would laugh if I somehow made the whole community start doing modeling. Suddenly the drama community becomes the modeling community. I would laugh so hard. You've built 54 kits in the past few years. You've got 25 in your backlog. No on the perfect grade. I got my perfect grade strike rolled. I'll build, but I'm sticking to master grades. That makes sense. Can't blame you for that. Heck, some of these master grade kits or these third-party kits are like a perfect grade, cheaper, but just as difficult. I've started a creative movement. I know, go figure. No, I'm happy everyone's doing it. That means honestly that people saying that they've started doing something like this to relax and have fun means more than any donation I could get. And I sincerely mean that. There's so many cool puzzles. Also, I would, it's a little bit iffy, but I've seen and heard that getting puzzles from Goodwill, yeah, there might not be all the pieces, but it's so cheap that it makes it worth it. But there's some really cool puzzles out there nowadays. Brian, I would really recommend looking into the Motor Nuclear company ones, like the Albine I showed. I think you were here to see the Albine. Were you here to see the next big model I'll be doing after the Caliburn? If not, I'll show it again because there's enough new people in the chat that I could show it again. Getting distracted again. I know what I'm doing again. Show you. All right. Just let me put this one up, and that popped into place beautifully. All right, I'm gonna have to raise the camera a little bit because the box is pretty big. Ugh. It came today in the mail from China. I present to you Albin, the next big build we're going to be doing. We build the person and the mech and the dragon. So really looking forward to this one. And I saw a picture someone did that they had a cloak for it, and I found the cloak on eBay, and I'm totally gonna get it because it makes a huge difference. Now I gotta fix the camera. Sorry, trying to fix the camera to get back to where we were at. All right. That's one of the modern. I'm not going on camera. It's a Saturday. I didn't really. I'm not in camera looking form, I'll say. And I hate my face being on camera. I mean, I did it all the time when I would stream, but it was probably one of the things I disliked most when streaming was having my face on camera. But people paid for the camera to have me show my face. This camera is my cell phone, and it's on a crane. Now I have some weird generic camera which does a great job for my computer for when I did video game streams. I don't know, if I ever really wanted to go crazy, I could add a computer to the shop and everything, but it's so not worth it to me. And this is technically my dad's shop, so it wouldn't be right of me to take it over that much. I don't think he'd be too happy of me to do that. But he's not in the best of health, so he's not able to really get down here to use any of it anymore. I speak smart. I try to listen more than speak. I'll be curious to see what type of setup Jamie does. I don't know if he's fully thought all that through yet. I hope he has. Because people will be right to demand to see him build that. Since they all chipped in for him to get it, he knows that he has to stream that whole thing. At least I hope he knows. I appreciate it, Brian. He's doing better than he has the last few years. It's just his body doesn't work quite as well as it used to, especially his legs. And when you're a person that used to really work with your hands and do these, do projects like this, it upsets, it frustrates that person. So I get it. My dad has he had a brain tumor about 14, 20 years, not 20 years ago, but about 14 years or so ago. And he never, they removed what they could of the tumor. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Someone had to ask me a question. But he's doing pretty good, so. But lots of health problems. We're kind of used to them in this family. Everyone gets their health problems, and everyone's got other, either health problems or real life other problems. So, okay. Nice and easy. There we go. Leg opens up. You tattoo professionally, and now your arthritis is so bad, you can't even paint, and it frustrates you. Yeah, see? That's exactly it right there. That you get to a certain age, something happens, and unfortunately you just can't do what you used to do, and it frustrates you. And I get it. I mean, I have a tremor and been told that eventually things might go a certain way, and if they do, they do, but I'm not going to worry about it. But it does frustrate me at times when I have trouble keeping steady hands, just like anyone with any type of. I'd say the thing that frustrates me the most, though, is mental health stuff. That's tough because people understand pain. Pain's pretty easy to explain, at least. Mental health is a pain to try and explain. Because unless you experience it, it's just different. So my heart goes out to those who struggle with mental health. And it's probably the main reason why I got into this hobby. So there's that as well. Last piece, at least till I accidentally break something. Goes like that. And we try to slide it in. Come on. All right. We slowly bring back up the leg. Watch the arm remove. It goes all the way. Put that back. And we have leg number 2. Sleep insomnia sucks. Luckily, trazodone has worked wonders for me. It's pretty much a miracle sleep med for me. Pieces keep falling off. What do I want to do about it? I really don't want to tack it in. I could put a light tack on it, I guess. Just a real light tack. Enough that, like, I can easily break off if I need to. We do have one more thing to do that I completely forgot about. We have to put together a pair of hands. Oh, come on. Work with me, legs. Bend you slightly here, slightly there. This forward, maybe. Easy. Oh, I'm not going to futz around too much with articulating it right now. Just want to get where it's standing decently. Well, the reason I was flying through the steps is because I did them for a second leg. This shouldn't take long, this next part. So I wish I would have brought my blue tack stuff down. I could use that. All right. I need to move this hip forward. The struggles of mech building. After you've built it, trying to get it all together and standing how, at least standing the way you'd like it to stand. There we go. All right. Now the big challenge. Come on. Go into your new home. I've been there once before. There we go. Hey, Junebug. Okay, let's see here. we're not going to put the wings on until we finish the hands. I want it all together at once, like fully together at once. So we're going to have to wait a second on that as I put together these hands real quick. HA 1 and 2. We're going to go through this nice and fast. Hey, Crazy Dingo, you're about to see the finished product, well, semi-finished product. All right, we got that one. And 4 for the right hand. Okay. Now, 22, 23, and 24. These won't be seen, so I can cut these with my regular nippers. So there's that. Let me put this together. This. I cut 3 of the same piece. Luckily, I have this tape. What I do is I tape it and find a marker. It's kind of cool in the camera the way it is at the moment, but at the end of the show, I'll put once I get the hands with the swords in them, and it's at least semi in a position. There's my marker. Sorry, I gotta mark these real quick. Each 22. When I accidentally cut something out too early or by mistake, I have to put tape on it. And now let's get the other pieces out. Oh, I almost cut 22 again. All right. And actually, I only have to cut up the other set for the other side. So I only cut one too many. But there's like 3 or 4 pairs of hands. I want to say 4 pairs of hands. This. Once I get the blue tape off of it, go over here. Or I can drop it on the floor. Because my hands don't like to work. That's another reason I'm doing this, is to keep my hands working good. There we go. It's supposed to have that little bit at the end. Looks like it. All right, so we got that. Now we need HA1, which is extremely small, so I'm going to go straight to these nippers. This one is not specifically, but the majority of them that I build are from, it's a whole bunch of, sorry, trying to look and think at the same time. Sorry. Same side, thing with this side. From a whole, trying to think of the word. It's just not one like series. It's from, it's like how Game of Thrones is. There's one series and then there's, you know, spin-offs or whatever. It's kind of like that, but then there's also part of it's a continuing story, but there's lots of different ones. But yes, the majority of them are from long. It's a long way of saying yes. They're called, most of them are called Gundams. Gundam. It's the like Japanese way of saying oh, I'm getting way too distracted. It's the Chinese way of kind of putting two words together, gun and freedom. Just like the models are called Gunpla, which is short for Gundam Plastic. So there's the explanation towards it. Now we're really close to the end. I have one more piece to cut out. Sorry, I'm doing it away from camera because it's my light is kind of catching up with me. They're not they're not really characters, more they're what characters use. They ride in them. These are mechanized or mobile mechanized armor is what they're typically called. Yeah, I went big. Maybe a little bit too big too soon, but I'm like, I want it. I had seen it on the Facebook group I'm in, you know, all of them showing off and it looking so nice. I was like, and I knew it was going to be a limited print run. And I knew if I didn't get it while it was retail, it would be a pain to get and an extremely high price that I didn't want to pay. And so I ordered it and got it. And then I was going to wait a while. And me being me, I'm like, nah, I can do it. And I've made plenty of mistakes, but I've done it. Okay, that goes like that. And this goes like this somehow. Yep, just like that. Clicks into place. And this tiny thing goes in here, right? Yeah. That clicked into place. Now we need the hilts. I spoiled them. I spoiled them. Bah. All right. Turn the part. So it's supposed to go like that. All right, come on. Are you too good to come out and play? Go that way. All right. Which way do you go? Okay, so if you're supposed to go like that, there it goes. All right, that goes out. And this hand goes like so. And then you take this. Like that. You go like that. Nice and easy. And you go in like that. And we push you back in like so. So left hand. There we go. Stupid, aren't you? Come on. Tighten back up. Good enough. Just a bunch. Tilt. Like how you're not up against. All right, let's get this done. One done. Now I know what I'm doing. That goes there like that, followed by this going in here, like so. Take this in here, like so. And we pop this open. This goes like that. So we want this to go out. Give me something to put this up. Come on. There it goes. All right. So we'll kind of start putting that in. Hope everyone's still watching. Oh, we got 8. Great. Wanting to see the end. Perfect timing. You just joined us. I get this hand in. Oh, this hand goes this way. And push this down. Come on. Minor setback here, people. Just bear with me. You weren't that stubborn with the other hand. Oh, there we go. All right. Now get this hand in there. And push this down. Like so. Plug this one in. Like so. So far, this is what we look at like. Hope you get a good view of that. Now, for the big setup. I'm not really doing any type of post with it for the moment, but we are going to at least try and make it look semi-nice. But I want to do it off camera so that you see, you get this big surprise of seeing the really big end picture. All right, there's that. Put the swing out like so. Move that up. This like this. This goes back. That goes like that. Put the legs out a little bit. Tilt them down. Head up. And I'm going to now take it off of the stand, off the camera, off the stand, so you can see the final project. Well, the final project till I get the LEDs and put all the decals on. But pull back for a second there so you can kind of see it. But there we go. Here, let's move over here to try and get out of the shadow. So there we go. That. There. So there you have it, everyone. That is the Sky Defender. There's the head. Try to tip it down a little bit. Anyways, there will be lots of LEDs eventually. If you've enjoyed this all, I hope you really enjoyed the series. Hit the like button. Let me know in the comments afterwards that you enjoyed this. The only other thing you could really do, make sure you sub, share it to others. If you want to donate, you could donate. That's at the top of the, pinned at the top of the chat, but I don't expect any of that. And I don't think I could do a dance at the moment. But there you have it. Get that out. Sorry. Trying to make it look nice. Does this go up? No, that goes up, but this doesn't. Anyways, there you have it. I will post a couple pictures when I get a chance. I'm going to take a little break now that I've been streaming for quite some time. Because I'm approaching 3 hours. Predicted that basically 3 hours. And I got to do something at 7, so probably tomorrow I stream. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great night and a good rest of the weekend. I'm taking tomorrow off. And I'll see you all on Monday. Thank you.